Hello, hello, hello. So we have the Dizona Male Armor and Clothing Replacer. This is for Modder 725. Basically, I think a port with probably quite a bit of work. Originally done by Letho0036. This clothing and armor is for males only, and it should be for the Dizona male body. I have Cage standing by. He's got all the clothing and everything ready, and we're going to do kind of like we normally do, like if we're doing the girls, we're going to do that for the guys. It would be nice to have some cool stuff like this, more like this in the future maybe, or something, I don't know, maybe something different but along the same vein. So I'm going to cover this just like I would any of the others. I thought it was interesting, and I've already covered the body, so let's see what the armor and clothing look like. Alright, so here we are on Cage, and we are ready to do our little show here. So we're just going to start with Ozadal's armor, which is basically the ancient, the ancient Draugr armor that you will see from time to time. And this is all fitted to the body that we spoke about, the Dizona body. Probably not much difference in that hood there, but I just thought I would show it. The Archmage's robes. Again, fitted to this body, and I have Cage in the heavier version of that. Now this crown usually, I can't tell, I think it is, it's making him bald. That crown just always has issues. But overall, the outfit itself is fine, as you can see. Now all of this is going to be pretty similar to what we see all the time, even in vanilla. This has just been shaped to fit this body better. So we're not going to see anything drastically different. Oh, well, now there we do see a gap down at the knees. Is it with the boots or with the outfit itself? Oh, it's with the outfit itself. Okay, so there is a problem there, and the same gap exists there, so possibly need a little correction there, but... Oh, wait, I forgot the helmet. But the bear outfit looks good. Any mod could have a few issues. We'll try to understand that these things are going to happen sometimes, and that the modder just needs a chance to fix them. I don't think there's anything unusual about that. These are pretty much all going to be the same. All the robes are very similar. The apron and shoes here. He looks like a blacksmith from town. He does. That's pretty good. Then there's the other version. Different color. Then we have the blades. And he would make a good blade. See that? Looks nice. Blue robes. Let's see. Let's drop this. Bone mold. I don't really like the bone mold armor much. It just looks kind of dumb. But it is what it is. That's what they have in the game. So the guard armor is a little different. Not drastically. The pauldron armor, slightly different. Not drastically. There's the brown robes and some boots, which that looks decent together. We have the chef's hat and tunic. Look at that. Oh, this has the same problem as, well, it's the same outfit basically. That's why this outfit causes his that gap in his legs. It's the same basic outfit as the other. That's why. Okay, so let's do the chitin. Where is, there it is, and this is the helmet for that. Yep, nothing surprising here. This is all going to look very much like the vanilla version. It's just going to be fitted to this body, so you're not going to see huge differences. I didn't expect anything really hugely different. There's some different clothes. Just fitted to a bigger, bulkier dude, you know. And then there, this almost looks like he goes almost back, but no, I think that's still fitted to him. So, some variation in colors, but basically the same clothes. We get some different college boots here. And some robes. And then here's some robes. Those are nice. Yep. Oh, you can have a circlet if you want. The cuffed boots, I kind of like those. These are the cultist boots. If you want to be the big bad cultist, there you go. You could do that. The dark Brotherhood cloth. This outfit just never looked right. I don't know whose idea that was. It just looks like some bad pajamas. Pajamas gone bad. Does that look too thin? I think that looks too thin. I don't think that is fitted properly. I'm talking about the armor itself. Yeah, I think it's not fitted properly. Though it's not horrible. And just slightly different from what I can tell. Now the Daedric. The Daedric is looking Daedric-y, as always. Looks good. We have the Dawn Guard here. Which you have to kind of like their aesthetic. I think they look very good. And there's a second version. Slightly different coloring, basically. And then there's the light version, which isn't drastically different, but it is different. Still looks good. The asymmetrical part there drives me crazy, but we know that. And then there's that. That's probably the best of the light ones. It just looks better. Then we have the dragon plate. Why they made the helmet so different, I don't know. But anyway, it all works out. And it does look good in its own way. I do the dragon scale. That again looks good. Again, slightly different on the helmet, but not terribly so. Let's see, let's do this. Dunmer, did I have some Dunmer shoes? I did, just for this purpose. So here's a Dunmer outfit. Now these are all very similar. The real difference is the color, and then some of them are going to drop the hood like that. And that's a little bright on the color. It's probably because the saturation in my game is up a little bit. And maybe I shouldn't be doing that with this weather mod that I have. Anyway, so there is the Dwarven. That looks good. Here's Ebony. Looks appropriately ebon, I guess. And then this is the male. It's okay. Then we have Elven Armor. Looks good. And then we have the Gilded, which I can never tell any difference in. And then we have the Light, which the Light version is just, you know, no pauldrons. Other than that, it's very similar. The armor's a little lower value, but no big deal. Then we have the Embellished Robes. Little clipping on the thigh there with him standing like that, but that's okay. the embroidered garment, a little fancier. And the Emperor's robes, which I got just for fun. I figured we could have Emperor Cage. He can wear the fine arm guards if he wants. There's some fine boots there, fine clothing for him, different fine clothing. These are all very similar. There's not a lot of difference in what you're going to see in the regular game. This is just for fun. The fine hat, which I always think is funny. The fine raiment, again, that looks good. Some fine shoes. I don't know about fine. Those look kind of dumb, but okay. Fur-lined. And we have boots and a cloak that look pretty good together. And then we have some glass armor. I think that looks very good. And then we have just some green robes and the regular gloves. I just threw them on for fun. And then we have some gray robes. All the robes are very similar. Then we have the gray beard. Let's take the gloves off. They don't usually wear gloves. If they did, they would probably wear the black ones. But there you go. Cage as a gray beard. Which it would be fun, I guess, to run around and pretend to be a gray beard, I suppose. This is the Guildmaster, Thieves Guildmaster armor. This is some Hammerfell garb. Let's get rid of this stuff. Even the boots, I don't think we want that. The Hammerfell garb. And you saw the hood way up top. We don't want to scroll all the way back up there, but you could use this helm. It has nothing to do with that, but I thought it might be interesting to see. We have the hide. And he looks pretty fierce in the hide armor. Yeah, he does. We have hooded black robes, which really, once you've seen one hooded robe, you've pretty much seen them all. The red one looks the best because it's really white with red trim. Then we have the Imperial. And there's two Imperial helmets. That's probably the better one. Then we have the Imperial Light. Ta-da! And we have improved bone mold, like we needed more bone mold, but there you go, we do have it. I don't see that it's that improved, but hey, we'll try to allow for that. We have some iron gauntlets and an iron helmet. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little goofy, but that's just because, I don't know, the iron always looks a little goofy. And that's just the jagged crown. So if Cage going to be the Jester, there we go. That's what he would look like. And then here's just some good leather armor. I think that looks very nice. And then there is a hood that you can make. It's really intended, I think, more for Thieves Guild stuff, but it's a leather hood, so it could go with that. You have some mage hoods, which are various colors, just in case you wanted to see those. And then you have some robes to go with them. And some more robes, just different colors. And then the Mask of Clavicus, just for fun. Just for fun, just throwing that in there. Merchant's boots and clothing. Well, I guess we can remove the mask. And the bracers. Hold on. Let's remove the bracers. There we go. So, now he looks like a typical merchant. Different color. And then there is the hat. Woo. Now he's styling. Yes, there we go. Alright, so then you have the miner's boots and miner's clothes. There is another version of the miner's clothes, a darker version, but I do not have that. I must have missed that. So this is what he would look like as Mirak. cage would be an imposing Mirak. And there's the live version, but it's the same thing. Mourner's clothes. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Just Mourner's clothes, and for some reason I made the Mourner's hat. It's just like a do-rag. Just whatever. I don't know. So we have the Mythic Dawn robes and shoes. Complete with shoes. Woo. And then there's the hoodless version, which is nice. Which this actually doesn't look too bad for something just different to run around the game in without needing to add a mod of something. Because it does exist in the game, in the vanilla game. And that's the Nightingale. In this case, the cape is fine. It all looks good. This is noble clothes. Let's back this up here. Which looks similar to some of the other clothing we see. And then we have the Nordic carved. I always think this is a good outfit, even just in the vanilla game. It just looks good. And then we have these robes. Which these robes, they're similar to the other robes. They're colored a little differently. They're from the Creation Club. They were free. That's why I have them. They look good, though. You can't do as much with them as I would like. And then here's the Orc Armor. Looks nice. Some pleated boots. I'm not sure how the pleated boots... I don't remember what they go with. They probably go with something and I've forgotten. But here's the Sijic stuff. He would be a big Sijic. And then here is some silliness. I was doing ragged stuff and I was like, okay, let's just do the ragged. There's the boots and the robes. Here's the trousers. Yes, he's that guy. He is that guy. And then here's ragged trousers again, and these have blood on them. Hopefully it's not his blood. That's all I can say. Red robes. Then we get some red guard boots. And some red guard clothes. Looks very similar to the Hammerfell garb. Not exactly the same because the coloring is different. But overall, very similar. We have the refined tunic. I guess we can drop that. We have the rough spun tunic. I'm sure we're all familiar with that. Savior's hide. I was not sure how this would look on him. And it looks weird. I'm used to seeing that on the Draugr things. Anyway, on the winches, yeah. So here he is with the scaled. Very similar to what we've seen before. Again, horn armor. Just adds the horn on the shoulder. Here is a shellbug helmet that I made just for fun. And oh, that's not even fun. That's just scary looking. That is scary looking. Oh, take that off. Okay, we have the skull, cloth boots, cloth gloves, cloth hat. Now he looks all nice and warm if he has to go up there. He's got the glowing eyes. That's cool. This is lightly armored stuff there. It's the same look, though. So this is the heavy stall rim. Which the heavy stall rim looks pretty good. The light stall rim looks okay until you get to the helmet and the bug antenna. That was really, to my mind, a dumb choice. Somebody really should have thought that through. Anyway, so then we have steel cuffed, and steel Nordic. I think this is the way to go. Where's the helmet? And there's the helmet. And that's the basic steel right there. And then you have the steel with the shoulders. Woo, looks a little nicer. And to add on to that, you can do the horned helmet. Now you're looking bad. And then, of course, there's the plate. And the plate looks good. I do think the plate looks pretty good. Even though it has the funky loincloth, which is unnecessary. I still think it looks pretty good. So the storm cloaks or your guards are going to look pretty similar, unless you do something about that. Studded armor. I don't think there's much else to talk about there. It looks a little odd. It looks a little fat on him somehow. This is Terran dress robes. I didn't know if they would look significantly different. Tavern clothes. Not anything really significant there. Telvanni robes and shoes. Ooh, he has the matching shoes. Why do the robes have to be ragged at the bottom? That looks kind of bad. Then we have the temple priest. That looks good. And not ragged at the bottom. That's nice. And then Thalmor, boots, gloves, and hooded robes. And then we have the unhooded robes. And then we basically get into the Thieves Guild stuff again. Ta-da! With the brown. And then we have the black version. I don't know if this is exactly the same as the Guildmaster version. It looks very, very, very close to me. It probably is exactly the same. Now the gray version is a little different in that it lacks sleeves, and there might be some other changes that I'm not thinking of right at this moment, but it looks a little different. Then we go into ulfrics, bracers, and clothing, and we can get rid of the hood. And you too can walk around like ulfric. You just have to get this out of the cheat room. I just grabbed it out of the box. This is Veramina's robes. Whoops, sorry, wrong thing. Which are a nice purple if you're looking for that kind of purple robe. That's not bad. Then there is, this is vampire. Let me show you this. This is kind of special vampire. You have to kind of go through the box in the cheat room and find these pieces. This is like really cloth vampire-ness that you will find in the game. Occasionally a vampire with black duds like this. Okay, sometimes it's a girl and sometimes it's a guy. But now if we look at the normal, like, don't look at the cloth armor here, the cloth version, but look at the normal vampire armor, which would have boots and gauntlets, and I don't think they usually even do a hood. They would look very much like this, normally. And this is a lighter version. He's not cooperating with me anyway. So then it's the red version, very, very sharp looking. Maybe this was too bright to bring us up here. And then this is this version, which looks very nice, very, very good. I had Porthos wearing that for a while, and I think, is that the same? Yeah, that's the same as the Vampire Lord. Now then, just for fun, we're going to do the wedding sandals and the wreath. We're going to embarrass him. There we go. That is Cage all decked out for the wedding with his wreath and his sandals, which magically look like clothes and boots, which are good. Good for him. So then we have the wolf armor. And this will be the last thing. This covers, like, I think I've covered about 90% of the stuff in the game. There's probably some things I have not covered, but probably not that much, honestly. So this is the wolf armor. I always think the wolf armor looks pretty good. Looks a little bit like it was patterned a touch after the blades, perhaps. Anyway, you get the idea. Looks nice. So that's really everything, all the clothing and armor that I usually pull up, and it, like I say, it covers probably 90% of what's in the game, maybe more, but at least that much. So let me pull the mod up for you. So that has been the Dizona Mail Armor and Clothing Replacer. It is about 131 megabytes. These are just made to fit the Dizona Mail body. There's nothing really unusual about them. They look very much like the vanilla versions. They've just been fitted to that body, however that works. And it looks like they did all the DLC and everything from what I can tell. So, I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else regarding this. This is the last of the Dizona Mail mods that I'm aware of, unless something else is coming down the line. I don't know of anything. So, alright. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Hey, while you're here, consider clicking on that subscribe button. Oh, but watch out, YouTube, they're getting ready to show another commercial. You better get out while you can. Click on that video in the box there. Well, too late.